You're trying to get into content creation in 2026, but you're totally confused on how to start or where to start. From someone that's built pages from zero to hundreds of thousands, I can tell you it can be confusing. But in this video, I'll give you a roadmap on how to go about it. Maybe you're trying to make videos for your personal brand, for yourself. You want the space set up so that you can make really good videos. I'll explain how to go about it in this video and the things you might need to get really good videos. And with mobile, right? These days, mobiles are really powerful and they are becoming really powerful by the day, right? There are phones that shoot log, right? That means you can really color grade. There are phones that can shoot for long. There are phones that shoot in 4K, right? So your phone is really enough to get started. So I'll explain how to get started with just your phone, and then from there you can just at some point get a camera, maybe at some point you get light, at some point you get sound, and then you just keep building up, which is what I've been doing for a while now if you've been watching my video. So let's just get started. So what do you start with? Yes, just your mobile, right? Except you have the kind of money that can just get you some really good equipment from the start, then your phone is enough. Even if you can get those equipment, right? They still, I'd still advise you to just start with wherever you have right now. Don't just go and start buying and buying, right? Understand what you have right now and how to use it, which is your mobile, how your camera works, right? Which is all you have. And then next thing you want to add is light, right? Because people love to see things, right? We really appreciate things that look good, right? In terms of setup and light, and you have to take care of your light. I would advise you to start with one light. If you can't get two, and if you can't even get three, right? Two is better than one, because whenever you're lighting up your video, right, which is mostly going to be a talking video, you're talking about your business, you're making some content somewhere, right? You need light. So one will be coming from somewhere around here, and then the other one will be balancing it up, which mine, I'm not even using too much light right now. I'm using all my light. I'm just doing something simple enough that everybody can just recreate. And if you're looking for more in-depth video about lighting, visit my page. So yes, you need your phone, but I would advise you, if you're getting a phone in 2026, make sure you get a phone that can shoot in 4K, please, right? Phones are getting more advanced, and if you want to compete with really old phones, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, you will really struggle, right? You're trying to catch up with what is coming up, and at the same time, while you're doing that, they are bringing more stuff. So using old stuff is fine if it's what you have, but I would advise you, whenever you can just get something that's at least moderately good enough for you to get started, then just start posting with that. And then over time, you start saying, oh, I really do need to upgrade. And then you say, okay, I need bigger light, right? Lighting is very important, just like I said. And then you want to check into mic. So how do you even know what phones you use is best? I would say anything from the recent iPhones, right? If you can, or just go as far back as you can afford, right? There's a reason why they upgrade this phone. And if you're shooting more professional videos, you'd understand. iPhone 17, for example, can shoot vlog, which means it gives you more flexibility for color grading. You can add better color, you can add your LUTs, right? And just make the video pop more for a mobile. So yes, get something that is recent if you can, right? But if you can't, just go for whatever you can afford, or just save up a little bit. There are even things that are like pocket camera these days that you can use, but those ones, I would not advise you start with that. Start with your mobile, get a very good light, 2 small lights, 3 if you want it to be. Let me see something on my back, just makes it a little bit more beautiful. Get that, and then you are ready to go. So you want to think of what you actually want to post about. What are you posting about? It's probably more even important than all these lights and I'm going to talk about, right? Your niche, which is what you choose to talk about. For me, I talk about photography, cinematography, and sometimes I talk about tech, right? That is my space. You could choose beauty, you could choose about yourself, you could choose training, you could I even talk about fitness on my page if you visit, right? So yes, you pick your niche and then you start, right? Setting up your camera is simple. I'd advise you go watch some of my videos, but basically you just need to understand lighting, sound, right? Lighting, sound, and then how to just set up your camera to, right? If you can't use something called pro mode, right? There's pro mode on Android phones, right? And there is Black Magic Camera. There are some apps, third-party app that let you just tweak your camera to an extent to give you control over ISO, control over shutter speed, sometimes control over just more control, just like a camera would. So that's what I would advise. Get something with at least 4K for mobile, 4K shooting. If you get something like the Samsung S23, S24, even the recent ones, right? they are really good. And then the iPhones, the 17s, the 16s, the 15s, they are really good. And then Pixel and lots of other phones, right? We can't really cover them all, but just go to the Google, put the name of the phone, right? And go and check the video specification, right? Make sure it's shooting at least 4K and better, right? And that's what I will advise you. And get started, understand your camera and lighting setup, right? One light here is the common one here, and then one here to balance it up. And then you can just add your own touch of lighting to it. Just as long as you're posting, I trust me, you would get better and you will understand this. And lighting is not difficult. It's just have to do it for your own setup and your space. Generally, you just have to balance it out. That's it. And then talking about microphone, right? We have wired and we have wireless, right? Wired are cheaper, right? Wireless that is almost as good quality. Right now, I'm using a Fedushi. Is just like a Shaw, right? It's wired connected to my sound system, which I've made videos about, and a DJI mic too, right? For backup, in case it has happened before, you probably have experienced it before, where you made a video and then you lost your sound. So as backup, I'm using the DJI wireless mic. As you grow, you might not have this, and you can just use your second phone. You can take a phone, record, and just use it as mic, right? It is very common. I used it. In fact, that was what I started with. And then later I got an Holy Land, and which is what I use mostly for my videos, right? Lag 2 M2 mini, right? So you can get that too. So depending at what point you are in your content creation journey, right? This is when you want to get new stuff. But right now, go start with whatever you have, which is usually going to be a phone, right? Get it, open your camera and shoot your videos, pick a niche and start shooting right then. Getting a mic, over time, you would understand these things. So visit my page, you see lots of videos about these things in depth, right? And then over time, you can just keep sharing your journey and people will just come on with you, right? On your journey, right? I talk about lots of things on my page. Subscribe, please subscribe if you've not. We are still growing, and I promise to make more videos for you guys to learn. And I'll also show you guys behind the scenes of some of my videos so you guys can also grow along with me, right? And also understand that if you are from a country like Nigeria, where you're struggling with internet connection and power, is another problem you'd have to deal with. And for me, I've been able to get backup systems, right? You need it, and then internet is a lot of a hassle too. But yes, I'll make full videos on the options I have, right? I've tested almost the possible internet connection, and most of it still have their problems. And if you want to watch this video, just ask in the comment. I'll make a video about that. I'm making this too long already. I wanted to keep it short so that you guys can just follow along, ask questions in the comment section. I will answer. I'll make, if you want a video from me, just ask in the comment section. I'll answer, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.